The point collar. This is the undisputed vanilla flavor of the menswear universe. Born in 20th century England when corporate conformity became an art form. It features narrow points that point straight down, designed to look perfectly neat under a suit jacket, while taking absolutely zero fashion risks. If your closet is packed with these, you definitely look both ways before crossing a one-way street and consider black pepper to be a bold, spicy choice. It is the ultimate security blanket for the corporate warrior who just wants to merge invisibly into a spreadsheet and never ever be asked to share an interesting hobby during a Zoom icebreaker. The spread collar. Hailing from the elite tailoring houses of Great Britain, this design blows the collar points wide apart to scream aristocratic confidence. It was popularized by British nobles who needed extra real estate to house massive tie knots, like the full Windsor, signaling wealth and status. If this is your signature look, you desperately want people to believe you own a yacht, or at least have incredibly strong opinions on espresso beans. It projects the high-maintenance energy of someone who spends 40 minutes fixing their hair, coordinates their socks to their pocket square, and unironically uses the word sartorial in casual text messages. Tapping like and subscribe feeds the YouTube algorithm, which is currently judging your outfit through your webcam anyway. The button-down collar. Born in the United States after a menswear mogul saw English polo players buttoning their shirts to keep them from hitting their faces, this is the ultimate smart casual hybrid. It features tiny buttons that anchor the collar points to the shirt chest, creating a relaxed, sporty roll that completely rejects formal stiffness. Choosing this collar signals that Ivy League prep is your entire personality, even if you actually went to a state school. You almost certainly work in tech or marketing, spend your weekends aggressively browsing farmers markets, and own a golden retriever. The club collar. Originating at England's ultra-exclusive Eton College in the mid-19th century, this style rounds off the points entirely to create a soft, circular finish. It was explicitly invented as a gatekeeping mechanism, so wealthy students could easily spot who belonged to their elite social circle. Today, wearing one means you are either deeply hyperfixated on historical television dramas or you are trying way too hard to look like an extra in a 1920s bank heist movie. It tells the world that you fancy yourself an eccentric gentleman, even if your coworkers keep asking why you are dressed like a Victorian pocket watch salesman, or why your shirt looks like vintage silk pajamas. The band collar. Tracing its ancient roots to imperial China before becoming a working-class staple across Europe, this minimalist option chops off the collar leaves entirely to leave just a flat band around the neck. It became famous when blue-collar laborers stripped off their heavy, starched, detachable collars to actually breathe during manual work. Wearing this tells the world you are likely an artisanal barista who weighs coffee beans to the nearest milligram, a minimalist architect, or someone harboring a deep personal grudge against the concept of a necktie. It radiates a cool, creative vibe, though there is a 50-50 chance it makes you look like a 19th century village doctor about to prescribe some leeches. The camp collar. Coming to you straight from the humid streets of Cuba, this breezy style features a flat, unbuttoned layout that relaxes completely against the chest in a casual V shape. It was engineered for tropical heat, giving workers maximum airflow without making them look completely unkempt. Slipping this on instantly projects the energy of a man who is perpetually 45 minutes away from ordering a drink with a tiny umbrella in it. It implies you either spend your disposable income on incredibly obscure vintage jazz vinyl, or you are a suburban dad who treats his backyard smoker with the same reverence and gravity as a nuclear launch facility. The wingtip collar. Emerging from the rigid high society etiquette of Victorian-era England, this heavily starched monument to formality features a stiff stand, with only the tiny tips folded down like miniature wings. British tailors designed it specifically to sit beneath a bow tie for the most uncompromising white tie and black tie galas. Fastening this around your throat means you are either getting married in 5 minutes, conducting a world-class symphony orchestra, or about to pull a live rabbit out of a top hat. It signals to everyone in the room that you are on your absolute best behavior, mostly because the sheer amount of industrial starch physically prevents you from turning your head to look at them.